To Death and Back, a near-death experience. Testimony by Hsu Yan Ling. It all started in early 2018, China Medical University. Diagnosis: pulmonary edema, diuretic, for the edema, reduced appetite, from the diuretic, psychological treatment, ER, unable to take diuretics, IV, resulting in repeated edema, discharge recommendation, discharged on February 2, 2018. Diagnosed with lupus, aka the non-fatal cancer. In March 2018, my conditions worsened. I was a piano teacher, but I couldn't play the piano anymore. Complications: Raynaud's disease. Symptoms: necrosis in 4 fingers, pus in feet, leg ulcers, insomnia. Extremities incredibly cold. I had to bite myself to suppress the pain. Wanted to just sever my fingers. 3 diseases: lupus, Raynaud's disease, bipolar disorder, depression, and self-doubt. Why weren't doctors or traditional Chinese medicine able to help? Do I even have the right to live? You only have a week left to live. Why don't you just die? My doctor and family gave up on me. I lost all hope. Then, Dammarane came into my life. It never gave up on me. April 18th, 2018. Trying Dammarane. Couldn't lift my head for 7 days. Having the energy to laugh. Blackened fingers. No longer in unbearable pain. It was a miracle. April 26, 2018. Hospitalized for the 2nd time. Changhua Christian Hospital. Mid-May 2018. Hospitalized for the 3rd time. Sichuan Memorial Hospital. After 3 weeks of Dammarane, the pus had stopped. I was very fortunate that I could use dermal substitution. Because the pus had stopped. After finishing the first pack of Dammarane, the necrosis in my fingers came to a halt. April 18, 2018. 2 months into Dammarane. Best Christmas present. December 24th, 2018. After taking Dammarane for 8 months, necrotic tissue started falling off. January 19th, reborn. Necrotic tissues on my right index finger have fallen off completely. Conditions are stable. Recovery has been great. I can now write and play the recorder. When my lupus flared up, I felt weak in my legs and knees. I wasn't able to climb the stairs. After taking Dammarane, everything is back to normal. June 9th, 2020.
I don't need a mic because I have the energy to project my voice. I wanted to present from over there. On April 18th, 2018, my first day of Dammarane, I was very weak. Honestly, it would have taken me 20 minutes and 2 people helping me to walk from there. Western and TCM doctors simply couldn't figure it out. I thought it was diabetes or some kind of kidney disease. It ended up being lupus. In March 2018, I started taking TCM. The edema was so serious, it looked like I was pregnant. The doctor said he could give me something to reduce the edema, and he gave me a really heavy dose. I was like his guinea pig. After taking the new medicine, I started developing pus in my legs. He was still treating me like a guinea pig. My fingers were still intact then. He said he wanted to try something else. This is what happened to my hand. So the scientific term is lupus-related Raynaud's. This is very serious. I'd wake up in the middle of the night because my fingers were freezing. I was crying every day. I went through that by myself. I would tell my daughter to stay away because she'd get scared. I was just crying every day that month. It was incredibly painful. I would bite down on myself to suppress the pain. It got very cold during midnight, and Raynaud's makes you terrified of the cold. Everyone thought I had terminal cancer because I didn't have a formal diagnosis yet. We didn't know. I didn't know what I had either. Chong gave me a pack of high-dosage Dammarane. I told my daughter that I know this will help me. When I came in here that day, I told them to turn off the air conditioning. They did, but I just kept on crying. After Chong gave me the pack, I immediately stopped crying. I looked at my hand. I told my daughter that my hand feels better. I stood up. My daughter was next to me asking how I felt. I told her that this was working. I was able to stand up immediately and gained strength in my knees. My leg was in pain, but so was my heart. And the finger necrosis was also incredibly painful. 4 of my fingers suffered from necrosis. After taking the first pack of Dammarane, it completely stopped. When I came to offer my testimony, someone told me that I was very lucky to have found Dammarane. He said that his friend suffered from fingertip necrosis too. His hands were dying and it was zombie-like. He died in 2 months. Dammarane helped remove my necrotic tissue. This is new growth. I'm so happy to see so many people here today. I'm not nervous, just incredibly happy to share my story. I'd also like to thank Dammarane.
Dedicated to all the people fighting for their lives, witness the miracle of ginseng, enjoy health and prosperity.